by me.
All right, peace, y'all. Peace. Um, in this video, I'm gonna be talking about two things. I'm gonna be discussing the process of getting in the entertainment industry, and then I'm gonna be discussing the Travis Scott situation. All right, that happened over this weekend. Um, Now I'm gonna put out a disclaimer out there for y'all. All right, I don't, if you decide that you still want to be involved in the entertainment industry after you watch this video, I'm gonna just pray for you. All right, I'm gonna just pray for you. But I'm gonna just break down the process of everything and how all this coincides with each other. All right. So a lot of y'all out there may be wanting to be in the entertainment industry, whether you be an actor, rapper, uh, an athlete, a model, whatever you decide to do, right? Um, but you see that these people, these entertainers, are in that position, and you wonder why you're not getting there. All right. So it usually starts off they're in the same position, right? But then what happens is they this is what you call a breakthrough. All right. Some people have this, some people don't, but these are called breakthroughs. All right, where usually these individuals get involved in certain types of spiritual practice, okay, to help them further their career. And this is when you see their career just starts to pick up and things start happening for them. They may get certain opportunities that may come off as miracles to some, but to the average, to the average eye, may come off as a miracle, but behind closed doors, it's a spiritual force behind them that's allowing them to get through those doors. All right. So they usually start off in things such as like black magic, Kabbalicism, witchcraft, paganism, mysticism, anything of that nature. All right. This is why I was telling you about the Charles Hamilton video I did, where he said that he used witchcraft to get into the industry. All right. So we know for a fact that a lot of these people that want to be in these high positions, okay, that are overly ambitious to make it in the business or whatever you want to consider it, they take these routes, okay, and these spirits that are within these type of groups usually push them through to the plateau that they need to get to. All right. So now once they playing with these things and they starting to get an influence on it over the general public. All right. This goes for YouTubers, actors, rappers, everybody. All right. Anybody that has some sort of an influence, okay, is usually presented by someone that is involved in these groups. Okay. And what happens is the person may tell them they get invited to what you would call these secret meetings. Okay. So when you hear about these secret meetings and things of that nature, I'm gonna be very cautious with my words, so I could keep it real regular. But when you get invited to these secret meetings, which usually consist of parties or meet wherever you want to consider it, after parties and things of that nature, right? Is where these situations transpire where they ask the individual if they want to level up. Okay. Whether the situation be for all right, example for a man, okay, if you are a male entertainer, right, you would more than likely be involved in some type of activity with the same sex, all right, or it would be something that has to deal with a giving up a family member or a friend that's close to you. All right, it could be anybody that's usually close to you. Okay, this is usually how they usually go about it. All right, and then if that person decide if it's a woman in a woman's aspect, the woman may be involved in a group situation with a bunch of men. All right, or it could be a embarrassing situation with somebody of the same sex, but it'll be degrading. Okay, or they'll do the same thing and ask you for a close friend or a relative or something like that. So it's kind of like the same, almost the same process when you get involved, when they ask you, okay, and it's gonna be somebody like your manager or agent or somebody that's usually close to your DJ, you know what I'm saying? Somebody that's close to this individual that has an influence over the world, all right? That's going to invite them to level up and take this offer, all right? And then when if they do decide to take the offer, that is when these groups and organizations get involved, okay? This is when they become puppets for the media, all right? And this is when they actually get the chance to rub shoulders with billionaires and millionaires, all right? So when we see that a lot of these people join these things, and we get it confused and think that, okay, such and such joined a fraternity or a group or Freemasonry or whatever the case may be, right? Or Eastern Stars or whatever, right? And we may think that that's what got them in that position, but no, they usually start off with the spiritual aspect, right? And then these things go down the line. They come along down the line, all right? So when they join these organizations, they able to sit with millionaires and billionaires, and this is where these other ventures come into play, all right? Where they are able to sit next to people like Robert Kraft, all right? Get deals with McDonald's. They'll talk to the top executives at McDonald's and Old Navy and Gap, all right? So when they get involved with these groups, all right, this is when more opportunities come for them, okay? So this is usually how a lot of these artists get involved with practicing certain things, because when you start from the bottom, right, the bottom is like the groups that I listed at the beginning. When you start from there, and the higher up you go to please those deities, the higher up you go, all right, then it gets deeper and darker, all right? It gets deeper and darker. When you associating yourself with these people, these are top witches and wizards, all right? These are top witches and wizards. These people that are in high places of these companies, all right? And, they won't do business with the average Joe, all right? They're not going to sit down and have a meeting with you and me, all right? These people are only dealing with people that have an influence, okay? Public figures, all right? So when you see the title public figure, all right, that means that they are available to the public. Their address is online. You can go and they belong to the public. All right. So that's why when you see these artists get these deals with Sprite and McDonald's and all of this stuff, they usually 9 times out of 10 they got down with some type of funny business, right? Because a lot of people don't understand this. Like, they always think that, in order to sell your soul, this is what you gotta know. It has nothing to do with that, all right? Selling your soul is when you demoralize yourself, all right? And you break whatever rules you have within yourself. So, like I was saying, and you go to those parties, right? You go to those parties and then you get down with that, you sold your soul, all right? You sold your soul at that very point. So now, once you rubbing shoulders with the top witches and wizards and warlocks and all of that stuff, right? You get involved in some deeper stuff. All right, this is why a lot of this nonsense is going on with these summer solstice and winter solstice, right? So when we see that these artists are things happening around certain times of the year, such as sacrifices, we're gonna take Travis Scott for instance. Now, Travis Scott had a concert over the weekend that 8 people actually died. All right, it's a sad situation. My condolences to the families that of the children that lost their lives that night. You know what I'm saying? But I have to pinpoint something out that's very serious. Now, I showed the clip of Travis Scott, right? Making a statement about what happened that night. But I want to say something from my point of view. Now, I know I have a good judge of character, so I pretty much can tell when someone is not being genuine or sincere. And I'm just going to say that I don't think this guy was sincere at all. You know what I'm saying? With your hand over your head and just, doing all of this. I'm so sorry. No tears coming out, but you fake crying. I know that he wasn't sincere when he did that because he had to pay his debt. Okay, now, when we look at it from the outside looking in, right? You say, Jay, why would he? Why would this happen? Why would this be ritualistic? Okay, but you gotta understand something. All right, you gotta understand something. All right, he's got a baby with a billionaire. All right, the top witch. All right, we all know the Kardashians are one of the top witches in the entertainment industry. All right, every time you get involved with these people, somebody get involved with them, they usually, snap. All right, because they can't tolerate the evil practices that go on behind closed doors. All right, if y'all ever saw that movie, I think it's called 120 Days of Sodom. Okay, that movie is banned. You can't get that movie anywhere. Okay, because it is. I don't know. I'm not going to talk about it on here, but this movie is banned in America. All right, but this is the stuff that they do. It's a sick movie, but this is the stuff that these people are involved in because they feel that this gives them spiritual power. I'm gonna just leave it at that. But when you get involved with these witches, right, and warlocks and things of that nature, right? Now, like I said, these people practice this stuff from the beginning, so it's not a doubt in my mind that Travis Scott was involved in some black magic or witchcraft or wizardry when he got into the industry. He had that dark aura. Okay, his music was more on the horrorcore side, horrorcore rap side. Okay, he wasn't really a trap rapper. He was more of the emo rap, as some would say. Okay, so he had that dark energy over him when he first came in. All right, so when he leveled up, right, when he leveled up and took the oath. All right, he puts all of this stuff in his videos anyway. You know what I'm saying? When you watch his videos, he puts all of this stuff in there. All right. When he leveled up, this is when he got a chance to bump shoulders with billionaires and millionaires, right? So they gave him Kylie Jenner. All right. So when you see Kylie Jenner, you know Kylie Jenner right here bathing in some type of goat's blood. This is on her Instagram. All right. Bathing in some type of blood here, you know what I mean? You know that these people are in some type of witchcraft or mysticism, okay? Pagan worship, whatever they into. These people are into this mess, all right? So with Travis Scott having to do this and, put some type of spell over these people that were at this concert, okay, he had to repay that debt that they gave him, all right? He just got a movie deal with A24, okay? Don't forget he had his own meal at McDonald's, you know what I'm saying? He got the Nike deal. He got deals with Off-White and Fortnite and all of this stuff. So he's up there. His money is up there. He's past the $20 million club, all right? So the higher up you go, all right, when it comes to the influence over what you have and these people got to get down with it, all right? And this is when you get connected with certain people and sit down with certain individuals and have conversations with certain people that you wouldn't normally be able to talk to. All right, so you and me can't go into McDonald's and say, "Hey, I want a McDonald's meal myself." They're gonna look at you like you crazy, all right? Because you have to get next to the right people, all right. This is what I'm saying. It's all spiritual. It's a power trip. And when you connect the dots of this stuff, it's not far off, all right. So when those 8 people died at the concert, right? That's just solidification that he had to repay that debt. All right. Now, everybody that's associated around Travis Scott, all right, is pretty much with the program. So he cannot give them up as an offering. All right. So he has to give up people that are close to him, which he would consider fans. All right, Ariana Grande did the same thing. Okay, Alicia Keys did the same thing. Numerous concerts where people die at. Now, I want to break down why these people are possessed at these concerts. You know what I'm saying? And here's the thing: when you go to a concert, right? There's something called brainwave frequencies. All right. So what happens is when I tell y'all about frequencies, right, and things of that nature, how they play and manipulate it, right? When that music is so loud, you cannot hear it. It's worse when you listening to it at normal level, but when you playing it loud in your ears, okay, this is what causes these people to pass out and faint. So when you go to a concert and you feel lightheaded, and you pass out and you faint and you get some people get sick, okay, it's because it's an overdose of a frequency. Okay, it's too high. The levels are too high going through your body. Okay, like I told y'all, this when music has an effect on us because it goes from the ears, okay, from the ears to the mind. All right, that's how music affects the body. All right, and then wherever else it goes, it affects the human mind. All right, so when these people are going through this stuff and they stampede, and it's an overwhelming effect. Okay, it's an overwhelming effect. And now I truly believe when they said that he kept performing as people were being trampled. Okay, now this is a sign of spell casting. All right, this is a sign of spell casting. Now